The following is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network.
Satter wants the ball. He's maybe tee it up for 11th three. He got it! 11 three-pointers for Ty Satter. It's unbelievable. Here comes the Fusion the other way. Nice ball in towards Kamai. Kamai able to set us down. Kamai beating the keeper. Shot on the way, and Kamai scores. 1-0 for the Fusion in this
1-2 pitch. Line shot up the middle. One run will score. Deer rounding third. He's coming to the plate.
Verwest, they center in front. Scarbrug down low, loose in front, in for a goal. South Shaley gets the first goal of this East Region title.
Let's turn things over to the broadcast booth. The pregame show starts now.
5 teams still standing left in this State Class A Legion Baseball Tournament. One more will be eliminated in this one. The last team from the West still standing is the Bismarck Senators. The Senators will take on the Casselton Haymakers. Bismarck, after losing in the opening round, a 3-0 loss to the West Fargo Vets, came back for a 9-3 win, eliminating Watford City. Took advantage of some small ball. And they get to this point. The Casselton Haymakers used a 2-hit shutout from Brendan Maggio to win 3-0 over the Bismarck Capitals in game number 1. And then last night, game that kind of got away from them. The Kindred Vikings hit it well, pulled away late. And a 10-3 win last night as the Haymakers didn't score until late. Carter Maggio took the loss on the mound, 5+ innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs. It'll be Braden Mitchell on the mound this afternoon for the Casselton Haymakers, his first appearance of the tournament, and he will go against Andrew Jablonski in the pitching matchup here for the Bismarck Senators. We'll take a timeout as our starting lineups ready to get underway, and we'll take a break, come back with the national anthem. Starting lineups, first pitch will be just after the top of the hour here. The winner of this game will take on Wahpeton. So the matchups for tomorrow are set. The West Fargo Vets, with their win today, 7-1, eliminating Dickinson, they will play Kindred. We just don't know the times yet. But West Fargo will take on Kindred. The winner of this game will face Wahpeton. And the winner of our next game, the winner's bracket game, the 2 unbeatens with Kindred and Wahpeton, the winner of that game plays the 5:30 game tomorrow. And then the other game would be at 3. So we'll know the matchups after this game. We just won't know what time teams will play. That will be decided once we're all said and done here with Day 3 today. We'll come back with more in just a moment.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
I think what makes Proceed win is we're different than the other companies in many ways with our programming, our simplicity, our non-corporate attitudes, and our personal relationship building.
What Proceed is, we bring back the old-fashioned seed buying experience. We're true seedsmen. We care about everything from the sale to the planting to following up afterwards. That's what we're all about, is just trying to bring that experience back to a personal level.
Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. Great seed at a reasonable price.
Boston Pizza harnessed Fanalytics to help optimize no-look dipping. Ooh! Making adjustments so you can stay focused on the game. The playoffs at Boston Pizza, powered by Fanalytics.
At Boston's, we make crowd pleasers. Like this.
Yes. Woo!
And these.
So good!
And definitely this.
I love you! Woo!
Stop by or book your catering order online and we'll make you a fan.
By a coin flip, the Senators will be the home team on this one. Starting lineups for the visiting Casselton Haymakers, coached by Mitch Shear and Nick Holm. The runners-up from the East and the defending state Class A champions. Logan Broughton will lead things off in right field, batting second. At third base will be Carter Maggio. Batting third in center field, Carter Verkota. Batting fourth and pitching for Casselton will be Braden Mitchell. Eli Bohr will hit fifth and be the designated hitter. Brendan Maggio batting sixth at shortstop. Batting seventh at second base, Sam Coppervig. Batting eighth, the first baseman Noah Muckow. Batting ninth will be the left fielder Mason Bussey. As the Haymakers in the black jerseys today, Broughton, Maggio, and Verkota. Mitchell, Bohr, and Maggio. Brendan Maggio, Coppervig, Muckow, and Mason Bussey. As you can see the Senators being introduced right now as Ben Leduc leading things off at shortstop. Batting second will be the right fielder Tyler Kleingen. Batting third will be the pitcher Andrew Jablonski. Batting fourth, designated hitter Trayton Caulfield. He is DHing for the first baseman Tony Burkle, who was the starting pitcher yesterday, got the win for the Senators. Batting fifth and catching will be Hank Berry. Batting sixth, third baseman Jason Juma. Batting seventh, the second baseman TJ Olson. Batting eighth, the left fielder Hayden Empter. And batting ninth will be the center fielder Jared Frank. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with the national anthem and the first pitch. It's moments away.
Hey, it's Mike with Magnitude Sports. Check out this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. It's owned and operated by a family in Bismarck, North Dakota that I've known for over 2 decades. Kids have grown up into fine young men, and during their high school careers, some of them even played games that were broadcast on Magnitude Sports. If you like hunting, fishing, general outdoor life, sunrise, sunset, everything hunting and fishing related, dogs, hunting dogs, they're the best. Then check out the channel and show them some love. Go to Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe to them today.
It's time now for our national anthem. Chad Hill with our national anthem via the electric guitar. We'll come back. First pitch with the Haymakers and the Senators up next from Magnitude Sport.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans have yield.
Bar 9 in West Fargo is your stop for that pregame lunch and for the postgame celebration. With over 30 TVs, you can catch your team anytime. We have a delicious food menu including wings, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Enjoy it inside or head on outside, day or night, to relax in the comfort of our updated outdoor patio. We also have slots, blackjack, pull tabs, and all gaming proceeds earned go to support West Fargo baseball. So catch your team's game tonight at Bar 9, 1405 Prairie Parkway in West Fargo.
I see Jablonski taking his warm-up tosses. Yesterday, Bismarck Senators used two different pitchers. Burkle went 4 2/3, got the win. 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts against Watford City. TJ Olson finished up, gave up a run on 3 hits, walking 3 as well. So Jablonski will be making his first appearance on the mound as the Casselton Haymakers, with Logan Broughton set to lead things off, and Kindred did a nice job keeping Broughton off the base paths last night, going 0 for 4. Has Broughton 1 hit in the state tournament. He is 1 for 7 with a run scored. And a key catalyst here at the top of the order. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Oh no, strike. Strike and 0-1. The umpires, Josh Nordick calling balls and strikes. Kelly McNary down the first base line. Count at 1-1. Tony Crescent is down the third base line. 3-man umpiring crew, 1-1. Jablonski rocks and fires. Pop foul out of play, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the Haymakers, as the defending state champs, trying to keep their season alive and try and get into the Final Four. They did not face the Senators this year, and that's here's the 1-2 on the pitch. Pop foul out of play, and with 20 games you're trying to get, you start right after the high school season. Of course, Central Cass made the state high school baseball tournament, and you're basically starting early June. You're trying to cram 30 plus games into 7 weeks before you get into a tournament. Inside 2-2 the count. Not a lot of, and you play in the East, you play 20 games in East Region play, so it doesn't leave a lot of open opportunities to play some teams from outside of your area. 2-2 on the pitch. Curveball popped up and out of play. Long run, first baseman Burkle giving it a look, and it's out of play. Defensively for the Senators, Hank Berry's behind the plate. Jason Juma's at third. Ben Leduc at shortstop. TJ Olson at second. Tony Burkle's at first base. Hayden Empter in left, and a swing and a miss and a strikeout. Broughton down on strikes. It is a Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout, 1 down. Jared Franks in center field. Tyler Kleingen in right for the Senators in the red, white, and blue. Carter Maggio 0 for 3. And ball 1 here. 0 for 3 with a hit batsman last night. Carter Maggio 1 for 7, a single in his third at bat against the Bismarck Capitals. Good fastball. He's shown a good fastball here early. Elevating that fastball is Jablonski. It is 1-1. 325 down the left field line here in Kindred as we're playing under kind of a mix of sun and clouds. 348 to center, 302 to the right field fair pole. Dribbled foul. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, what we do know, the winner of this game will play Monday tomorrow against Wahpeton. As Wahpeton has faced neither of these teams, so it'll actually work out okay that you found, I guess, uncommon opponents so far in this tournament. And again, we won't know, the times will not be set until after the completion of our next game, the winner's bracket game with Wahpeton and Kindred, 2-2 upstairs and a full count. The winner of the next game gets the 5:30 game tomorrow, because that is the other thing, is they want as far as the bracket goes, they would like to have the team that is the lone unbeaten left to be in the second game tomorrow. So that's what we know to this point. Still some unknowns and uncertainties that will be answered here later in the day. Fastball struck him out. Couple of strikeouts here early as the Haymakers trying to time that fastball, and they haven't yet. I'll bring up Carter Verkota after 3 hits in Friday's win. Verkota single last night on a run scored, so 4 hits here in this state tournament. And the pitch. Ground ball out to short, charging, nice play, Leduc. On to first in time in a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing across, nice and tidy inning, 14 pitches worth for Jablonski, and the Haymakers are down in order. Nothing across, half inning complete. Second game of the day here in day 3. State Class A Legion Baseball Tournament from Kindred. Senators coming to bat here at Magnitude Sports in a moment.
Mitzel Magic Services is locally owned and operated out of Bismarck, North Dakota. They provide the services you need to keep your home looking great. Whether it's lawn mowing or snow removal, get the job done for a reasonable and affordable rate with Mitzel Magic Services. Mitzel Magic Services also offers weed control, landscaping, tree trimming, and yard cleanup services and more. Want some magic done to your yard? You know who to call. Mitzel Magic Services. Contact Jaden today at 701-333-9791.
Gordy's Travel Plaza continues to improve products and services. Now open is the Beer Cave with wines and spirits. Pick up a fresh-made Sandy's donut along with a fresh bean-to-cup coffee or espresso. How about our tasty popcorn with warm butter on top, or cool down with the all-new Fresh Blend shakes, smoothies, frappes, frazzles, and more. Now open is Champ's Chicken, Hangar 54 Pizza, and Hot Mex Express. We are excited for you to try out the all-new items at Gordy's Travel Plaza in Casselton, serving Casselton and the surrounding communities for over 55 years.
Braden Mitchell, his first appearance on the mound in 8 days, as it will be Ben Leduc to lead things off here for the Senators. A fastball inside for ball 1. Mitchell pitched in the championship, the East Region tournament last week in Casselton. 2-0 the count. Mitchell went 3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 4 earned runs, walked 3 and struck out 4, took the loss on the mound. Called strike 2 and 1. Leduc, Kleingen, and Jablonski for the Senators. And the 2-1 pitch is a strike. Letter high strike, and it's 2-2. Leduc 0 for 4. An RBI and a safety squeeze bunt yesterday, and he also scored a run, fouls that one away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mitchell, a good fastball. Command is an issue at times. Bussey shallow and left with the left-handed batter. 2-2 pitch. Fastball fouled away again. Mitchell showing a good fastball, as did Jablonski in that top of the first inning. Two pitch Little pop up to third, and a nice catch. Reaching for it, Carter Maggio the grab, and one down. One away for Tyler Kleingen. Kleingen 2 hits yesterday. 2 for 4 with a walk and a run scored yesterday in their win over Watford City. Ball one. Talked a little about it earlier in the tournament. Senators were the #1 seed of the West Region tournament. Ended up second. Well, they were the #1 seed in the regular season, second behind Dickinson in the tournament, losing to the Volunteers 6-5 in the championship game. Popped up here. Right side of the infield, who would like it? It'll be Sam Cobbervig, sunglasses on, veering towards the line and makes the catch for out number 2. Andrew Jablonski, the batter, with 2 away. Two singles for Jablonski yesterday. Reached on an air and a run scored. Mitchell rocks and fires, swing and a miss. It's not the first big game that Mitchell has pitched on this diamond. He was the starting and winning pitcher in the Region 1 Class B high school championship game. Beat Kindred Richland here on this diamond back in May, helping the Squirrels to a Central Cass Squirrels to a state tournament berth. Now Legion level at the Haymakers. 2-strike pitch. He struck him out. Nice and tidy inning. On 13 pitches for Mitchell, he sets down the Senators in order. 3 up, 3 down. So strong innings for both pitchers here early. A Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout is first of the game. Through 1, we are scoreless from Kindred here at Magnitude Sports.
Touchmark provides a carefree lifestyle for our residents, and we are here with you the entire way.
I'm so happy I made the move to Touchmark.
There's always enough to keep me busy, and people are very friendly here. I enjoy that. It makes my day.
People get up and dance. I mean, it's such a joyful place to live. How can you not like it?
That sense of community is so strong. When I think of Touchmark, I just think big, but I think beautiful, and I think home.
Braden Mitchell will lead things off. Welcome back here to Viking Varsity Diamond and Kindred. We are now at Game 10, State Class A Legion Baseball Tournament. A ball inside to Braden Mitchell. Eli Bohr and Brendan Maggio will follow. Mitchell 2 hits in the state tournament. He had one last night going 1 for 3. The 1-0 pitch downstairs for ball 2. 14, possibly 15 games in this tournament. They'll all come to a close on Tuesday. Jablonski deals, and it's 3-0. Casselton Haymakers, 20-plus wins on the year, and a 4-pitch walk here. 22-16 are the Haymakers. Eli Bohr, designated hitter. Josiah Crandall will be the courtesy runner at first. As Crandall into the game for Mitchell.
And now batting, the designated hitter, number 2, Eli Bohr.
Eli Bohr 0 for 2 with a walk on Friday last night against Kindred. Eli with 2 singles. He is 2 for 5 in the tournament. Throw to first and the runner back. Juma into the grass at third. Double played up the middle. And the delivery. No signs of bunting yet. Strike one. Juma.
A lot of Haymakers games this year, a lot of Central Cass games during the school year.
Outfield. Medium deep. A little deeper in left for Emter. He's the deepest of the three. Here's the 0-1. In the dirt, knocked down. Nicely done there by Hank Berry. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Kind of been in and out of some sunshine as 1 ball, 1 strike. Set of the delivery. It is a ball throw back to first and not in time. 2-1 the count.
We just have not seen a whole lot of that from Eli this year. Usually what he'll do is he'll pick on that Tony Gwynn hole when you start pulling the third baseman in again.
See if they get Crandall moving. Boer handles the bat well. Now he'll bunt. Drops the bunt up the first base line and underhanded flip for the out. He tried to see if he could push that bunt past the pitcher. And Jablonski did a nice job to get him over. Sacrifice 1-3 for the out. And that'll bring up Brendan Maggio. Well, so much for the idea that Eli wasn't bunting on that. Here's Brendan Maggio. Brendan did a great job on the mound yesterday, or on Friday, correction. 0 for 3. The walk against Kindred last night. And the pitch. Low for ball 1. One hit for Brendan here in this state tournament. 1 for 6. Jablonski deals, fouled away. On the fastball, they said he's really Haymaker's first time through the order. And again, you know, sometimes that first time through the batting order against a guy, you got to try and find your timing, especially on a fastball. He has displayed a real nice one, has Jablonski. Downstairs, it's 2-1 here to Maggio. Mitch Shear, third base coaching box, head man of the Haymakers. His partner in crime, Nick Holm, over at first. And the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No swing. The appeal down to Kelly McNary. No swing. 3-1 the count. Haymakers have done a good job. They have laid off his off-speed and breaking stuff. Have not really extended the zone much here. First time through the order. And ball 4. Two on, 1 out for Sam Coppervig. Sam, an RBI single in the 7th inning last night, part of a 2 for 3 effort at the plate. 2 for 5, couple of walks, an RBI and a run scored for Sam, who's off to college at Valley City State. Just a few weeks, he'll play basketball for the Vikings and had a great basketball season, helping Central Cass to a state Class B championship. Ball 1 the count. On the Proceed scoreboard, no score in the pitch. Striking, it's 1-1.
Talking to him earlier this summer, and he said everyone else that's coming in as a transfer, he's the only freshman.
29 pitches in so far. Jablonski's laboring a bit here in the second. Ball high, 2-1. Again, they have not extended the zone much. They haven't chased a lot, and he hasn't been able to consistently get anything over with his breaking stuff, has Jablonski. Juma in, coming in with a pitch at third. 3-1. He's kept very busy back there. Smothered that ball. 3-1 to Coppervig with Noah Muckow on deck. Haymakers left the bases full in the 5th and 6th last night against Kindred. All 4 and they're loaded. 3 walks have filled the bases with 1 out.
Draws a walk to load the bases.
And a trip to the mound coming.
Don't forget, folks, coming up at the end of the 3rd inning.
So trip to the pitcher's mound coming on this one is Noah Muckow, the batter for Casselton. Our coverage brought to you by Casselton Cold Storage, also by Gordy's Travel Plaza. Casselton and Mapleton proceed. Of course, the proceed scoreboard. Two games tomorrow. Things will get underway with the first game at 3. And then things will start Tuesday. First championship game at noon. If there is a second game that would be needed, that would follow roughly 2:30 or 3 o'clock. Class B season is over in North Dakota. Tops with the championship yesterday. And the reps from North Dakota, 2 representatives, Post 2 and Williston in 2A, will play in Rapid City with the Central Plains Regional. Noah Muckow, the batter.
Noah Muckow.
Muckow 0 for 3 last night, and the pitch called strike, 0-1. Muckow 0 for 5 in the state tournament with the walk, and golden opportunity for the game's first run here. 0-1, swing and a miss, and 2 strikes. Whatever they told Jablonski so far has worked. It might have been something to the tune of throw strike, son. You got nowhere to put him. Jablonski steps off. Mason Bussey on deck. 0-2 pitch. Got him looking for strike 3. 3 pitches. And a nice bounce back there for Jablonski. Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeouts. His 3rd of the game. That's up to Mason Bussey with 2 down. Bussey 1 for 2. Also hit by a pitch last night against Kindred. Ball 1 here.
Outs here in the 2nd. A massive opportunity for the Haymakers.
There is activity in these Senators bullpen right now. And a strike, nothing, and or make it 1-1. Correction on that. 1-1 the count. There's activity in the Senators bullpen. And a look and see who that is loosening up. Try and get a number here, and we got a moment. 1-2, or 1-1, excuse me. Ground ball, base hit, right field for Bussey. 1 run home. Brendan Maggio will be held at first as they throw to first. And Bussey just beats the throw to first base. It is an RBI single. The bases remain loaded, and the Haymakers have a 1-0 advantage. Troy Olson coming out as they went to first. The throw to first from Kleingen to try and get Bussey as he was playing shallow, and they nearly got it. So the 9 batter comes through with an RBI single. Bases remain loaded. And back to the top of the order, and Broughton. Full line to the pitch. Pop foul out of play, and strike 1. Broughton struck out in his first at bat. That was actually a pretty good recognition there by Kleingen. Instead of trying to go to the plate, they thought they had a chance to maybe get Bussey. Maggio at 3rd, Coppervig at 2nd, Bussey at 1st, Chopper in the hole, base hit, left field. 1 run will score. Coppervig at 3rd will be held up by Mitch Shear. 90 feet at a time, and Broughton delivers with his first run batted into the tournament, and it's 2-0 Haymakers. RBI single as Maggio home. Eighth batter of the inning now, and Carter Maggio. Full line to the pitch, swing and a miss. Ball gets away, and a run will score. It'll be a pass ball as the ball dropped by catcher Barry. It was not A foul ball. It was just a straight swing and a miss, and a run is home. Now 3-0. So Coppervig home, Bussey to third, Broughton to second. And the delivery. Called strike. 0-2 now. We talked a little bit about it last night, but the Haymakers in talking with Mitch Shearer after their win on Friday. It took them a handful of games. It probably took them a little over maybe half of the games to try and kind of get the lineup where they wanted it. They moved Coppervig down to the lineup. They moved Carter Maggio up. They pretty much secured Broughton in the leadoff spot and then dropping Mason Bussey down to 9 where he's very comfortable. Might be Caulfield. It's warming up in the Senators' bullpen. 2 strikes the count, now 2 in scoring position. High and in, 1-2 to Maggio. So the 3 walks have all turned into runs for Casselton in this top of the second inning. 1-2, got him with a strikeout. And the inning over, but not before. 3 runs in the inning, 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. So the Haymakers grab the lead. 3-0 in favor of Casselton on the Proceed scoreboards. We're back with more of the state tournament, and that's coming up in just a moment.
The Kindred Youth Baseball Association wants to share a big thank you to all the players for a fun summer of baseball. KYBA would also like to say thanks to Lisa Keller Photography for the fantastic work, time, and dedication to capturing photos of all the youth teams in Kindred. KYBA wishes the Post 117 Vikings the best of luck in this year's tournaments.
Mitchell to trade and Caulfield as we start the bottom of the second. 3-0 Haymakers. Ball 1 to the designated hitter for the Senators. Pop foul to make it 1-1. Caulfield yesterday 1 for 3 with a sacrifice, a single, and a run scored against Watford City. 1-1, dribbled foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Haymakers in the third base dugout as the visiting team. Wahpeton and Kindred will be up next. Looking at maybe 5:30 or so, depending on how this one continues on. 1-2. He got him. Strike 3 looking. Clipped the outside corner. And the second strikeout for Braden Mitchell. Another strikeout. Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout. 1 away in the bottom of the second inning. Hank Berry started as the DH yesterday against Watford City, and a called strike here. 0-1. Berry a hit, a walk, and a run batted in yesterday against Watford City. Missed outside, 1-1. 19 pitches for Mitchell. 44 now for Bismarck hurler Jablonski. We'll see. I think it was Caulfield. Now we've got more activity in the Senators' bullpen. Looks like Hayden Empter is loosening up down the right field line. 1-2. Curve sails outside, 2-2. Bussy shallow in left. Straight away, medium deep for Coda. And likewise in right field as well. Short hop picked up by Carter Maggio and across the diamond for out number 2. Barry retired, 5 up, 5 down for Mitchell early on. Jason Juma will hit. Juma pinch hit yesterday, had a base hit against Watford City, came in late in the ball game. Line of the delivery, fastball down and away, 1-0. West Fargo Vets eliminated Dickinson earlier today, 7-1. 2-0 the count. Player of the game was Charlie Lashovsky with 2 hits and a run batted in. Blake Hammond, first of 3 Vets pitchers, 4 innings, 72 pitches worth to pick up the victory. 3-0 the count. Cale Pearson going to jog the ball back to Mitchell. That got the home plate umpire Josh Nordick, and I think that was kind of the olive branch of peace there to walk back and let him make sure he's okay. And to make sure there's peace behind the plate. 3-0, strike called. And 3-1 to Juma. TJ Olson is on deck. I haven't done a weather check, but it's been a fine day. Ground ball, that's through the hole, past the Maggios, and a base hit. So Juma's second hit in as many days. Solid base knock for the first base runner of the game for the Senators. 81 degrees now. Expecting low 80s. Actually, about low to mid 80s. Throw to first and the runner back, and a little bit warmer on Tuesday for the championship day. TJ Olson, left-handed hitting second baseman. He swings and lines one into right for a base hit. Brought to play it. Juma checks it at second, so back-to-back singles. TJ Olson delivers with a base hit. Hit and a walk yesterday for Olson against Watford City, and pulls one through on the right side. 2 on, 2 out for Hayden Emter. And the delivery, chopped to the right side. Oh, took a bad hop past Muckow and down the right field line. A run will score. Olson digs for third as Emter will reach second. And the Senators get one back. It's now 3-1. That's a bad hop hit on that one. That took a big hop and whizzed past the cheek of Muckow and down the right field line. So a bad hop double for Emter. A run is in. And here's Frank. Ball one. So 3 2-out hits, and now ball 2. Jared Frank yesterday, 2 walks and a single, reaching base 3 times from the number 9 hole. 3-0 now to Frank. And they're loaded now. There's ball 4 to Frank. To load him up. With 2 down, Ben LeDuc as Nick Holm shooing everybody away and says, this is between me and Braden Mitchell, with Cale Pearson there to eavesdrop as well.
He was rolling through 5 batters. Our game brought to you by AMAG Drainage.
I think it's just a little pep talk. Nick saying, all right, you got this, shake this off. Here's LeDuc. So after the first 5 retired, the Senators getting Mitchell into the stretch. And it has led to quite a different result. Leduc popped to third in his first at bat. Base is full of Senators. And 2 down here in the second. 4 straight. And the red, white, and blue have reached. Ball 1. Last night, Carter Maggio started. They used Noah Muckow and Eli Boer late. Called strike. As far as pitchers that they have left, the Haymakers have not used Jackson Parker yet. They have not used Carter Verkota. Chopper, right side. Mitchell comes off the mound. He's going to have to cover first. Somebody has to cover first, and safe. Infield hit, and a run is in. It's now 3-2. Slow tapper. Mitchell getting to it. Yeah, I don't know if a little miscommunication there with he and Muckow. But Noel Layton covering, and Leduc hustling down the line beat it. Tyler Kleingen will hit. And the pitch to Kleingen is a strike. 0-1 the count. Popped to second in his first at bat. Strike, 0-2. That's kind of twofold on that. It gets another run across, and Mitchell's got to fire a few more pitches to try and get out of this. Every pitch matters a little bit more and more as you get deeper into this. Fouled away. It's at 39 right now is Mitchell, so mid-20s for pitch count here in this second inning. 0-2. Low and away, 1-2 the count. Jablonski on deck. 2 down to the inning. But a 2-out uprising. It's gotten the Senators right back into this thing here early. And the dirt. Nice job there by Hale Pearson. Let the let the chest protector do the work. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Key pitch here for a lot of reasons. 2-2. In the air to right. Broughton back, still chasing, and makes the catch. Drifting back to fairly deep right field. Kleingen the catch, and that'll do it. So 2 runs, 3 left on to the inning. It's a 1-run game after 2. 3-2 in favor of the Haymakers. And another elimination game. State Class A Legion Baseball Tournament continues after this from Magnitude Sports.
Bar 9 in West Fargo is your stop for that pregame lunch and for the postgame celebration. With over 30 TVs, you can catch your team anytime. We have a delicious food menu including wings, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Enjoy it inside or head on outside, day or night, to relax in the comfort of our updated outdoor patio. We also have slots, blackjack, pull tabs, and all gaming proceeds earned go to support West Fargo baseball. So catch your team's game tonight at Bar 9, 1405 Prairie Parkway in West Fargo.
Leading off the top of the third for the Haymakers.
3, 4, and 5 in the batting order for the Haymakers. Top of the third inning as Carter Verkota Grounded to short in his first at bat to face Jablonski, who is out for the third. Been some activity in the Senators' bullpen on a couple of different occasions here early on. Ball 2, 2-0 the count.
That's already 46 pitches now for Andrew Jablonski.
So Andrew Jablonski, 46 pitches so far. And ball 3, 3-0.
Well, the walks are what got Jablonski in trouble in that second inning. In fact, all 3 of his walks scored.
Strike taking all the way.
Braden Mitchell's next, and then
3-1 now to Verkota. Play medium deep throughout the outfield. And low for a leadoff walk. Another bases on balls.
Brings up the pitcher number 6, Braden Mitchell.
4 walks now for Jablonski. Here's Mitchell.
End up scoring a run, the first run in fact.
Mitchell walked, came around to score in the first, strike 1. And again, all 3 of those walks that Jablonski issued, those turned into base runners and eventually turned into runs. All the runs so far, 5 total, have been 2-out runs. Throw to first, and that is a stat. That's a stat that I don't know gets enough play, but it should. Is 2-out runs. Runners on the move, pitches a ball, throw to second by Barry there, and safe. Just underneath the tag was Verkota. It's a stolen base.
Stolen base for Verkota.
But man, 2-out runs. And Kindred a pretty good example of that. They got 2 early on Dickinson. That got them an early lead and turned into a win, and a bunch of 2-out hits turned into runs last night to pull away against the Haymakers. Strike, 1-2. Glad you're with us. Our coverage is presented to you by Bar 9, by the Red Baron in Casselton, by Casselton Cold Storage, Gordy's Travel Plaza, Casselton, and Mapleton. Pleasure to be with you. Hard hit ball up the middle. It's into center for a base hit. Let's watch for Verkota. He's at third. Mitch Shear to wave him in. The throw comes all the way through, not in time. Mitchell will hold it first. It's an RBI single. And the Haymakers lead 4-2.
RBI single for Braden Mitchell. Makes it 4-2 Casselton.
And here comes Josiah Crandall to run.
RBI single for Mitchell. An aggressive take by Mitch Shear. Going to force the defense to make a play, and they get a run. 4-3. Eli Boer to hit. Josiah Crandall to be the courtesy runner at first. And Traden Caulfield is jogging down to the bullpen again. He was warming up earlier. Boer sacrificed in his first at bat. He showed bunt, pulled back, ball 1, throw to first. And diving back, Crandall.
Crandall at first, 1 in. Nobody out in the 3rd inning of a 4-2 game. The stretch. And the 1-out.
Boer showing no signs of bunting this time. Strike it, it's 1-1. Oh, correction, 2 strikes. 2 strikes the count on that. 0-2 to Boer, and the delivery is popped up. Right side of the infield, it will be drifting out. TJ Olson out of the outfield grass, stayed with it, and made the catch. Out number 1.
TJ Olson, the second baseman, with the catch. Brings up the shortstop, number 13, Brendan Maggio.
Brendan Maggio walked and scored in the first.
All 4 runs that have scored for Casselton have been walks.
Caulfield continues in the bullpen, so I don't know how short the leash is for Jablonski, but command has not been there. 4 walks, all resulted in runs right now. Ball 1. LeDuc and Olson.
1-0 the count.
Double played up the middle.
The 1-0 is outside.
Outside's 2-0.
Still at first with
Talked about it earlier in the previous game, is once you get kind of to day 3, after you get through maybe the first top level of pitching for each team. Strike to Maggio, it's now 2-1. Especially in these elimination games where you got a longer road to get to the finish line. Here's the 1-1. Honestly, I think those are the toughest days. Strike is now 2-2. Is where you're gonna have to, coaches just kind of have to piece it together, ham and egg it together is the term. 2-2 the count. On the way here in the fourth, runner goes. It is a ball throw down to second on one bounce, not held. And Crandall has a stolen base.
Stolen base for Josiah.
Josiah Crandall has a stolen base. It's a full count now to Brendan Maggio. Maggio will get into his sophomore season down at the North Dakota State College of Science. Pitched some in his freshman season for the Wildcats. 3-2, low, and ball 4.
Maggio draws a walk. Brings up the second baseman, number 5.
Here comes Sam Coppervig.
First and second, one away, and Sam Coppervig to hit.
It looks like the Senators are warming up.
Walk and a run scored for Sam in his first at bat.
Warming up. As the first pitch.
First pitch a strike, it is 0-1.
They're warming up Trayton Caulfield, who is right now the DH. 63 pitches already with one out in the third.
2 on, 1 away. The set of the pitch. Fastball, just missed. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Coppervig, they're shading him a little deeper into left field with Empter. And again, we haven't had much breeze all day, so wind is not much of an issue right now. Changing speeds, missed. 2-1 the count. Couple of home runs in the tournament. Dang Dewitt homered yesterday for the West Fargo Vets against Wahpeton. Hard hit ball. That is past the diving Olson into right center for a base hit. Crandall to score. Maggio will go to second. He will scamper back to the bag, and RBI single Sam Coppervig. Second run batted into the tournament. It's 5-2 Haymakers.
Stopping at second was Maggio.
Brings up the first baseman, number 19, Noah Muckow.
And here comes Noah Muckow. He struck out looking in the second inning. 2 in, 2 more on.
Batter Noah Muckow.
And already closing in on 70 pitches is Andrew Jablonski, who might not
Strikeout victim in his first at bat.
longer with action in the bullpen. First pitch. Muckow takes
Strike, letter high strike.
0-1. Nothing in 1 the count.
Olson will keep an eye, as will LeDuc. They'll take turns trying to keep an eye on Maggio at second. Strike at the belt, 0-2 now to Muckow. And Noah's due. He's fighting in here the last couple of nights. 0 for 2 last night. Cale Pearson did get an at-bat late. Outside, it's 1-2.
Down and outside with Ager. It's 1-2. This will be pitch number 70.
Actually, correction, Muckow did go 0 for 3 last night. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Haymakers building back the lead to 3. Dribbled foul, and a ball and 2 strikes. 70 now the pitch count for Jablonski, and the end of the third not quite in sight yet.
2 in, and the Haymakers trying to really put some separation between themselves and Bismarck here. stretch in the
1-2.
1-2. Very high. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Muckow. Mason Bussey on deck.
2-2 the count. Jablonski desperately trying to get that second out of the inning.
2-2 in the dirt. All hops away up the third base line. No advance.
Barry does a good job to keep it where he could see it, and nobody's able to move
And a
off.
full count.
It's 3-2, and I would think if he can't get Noah Muckow, that might be it. Because the reliever, Caulfield, is ready to go. Here's a 3-2.
Payoff pitch.
In the dirt,
Low, ball 4. They are loaded once again.
Muckow draws a walk to load the bases.
Base is full with 1 out. And pitching change coming. And Caulfield will come on. So Jablonski, 73 pitches and 2 1/3 innings of work. And Caulfield gets himself a pretty sticky situation that he will enter. 3 on. And it looks like we may have a defensive change as well, as Tony Burkle was playing at first. He is out, and that looks like Jablonski is going to move to first base. And the new pitcher will be Traden Caulfield. So, pitching change, break of the action. 2 in for the Haymakers. Bases loaded, 1 out. It's 5-2 Casselton. We'll be back in just a moment.
Bar 9 in West Fargo is your stop for that pregame lunch and for the postgame celebration. With over 30 TVs, you can catch your team anytime. We have a delicious food menu including wings, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Enjoy it inside or head on outside, day or night, to relax in the comfort of our updated outdoor patio. We also have slots, blackjack, pull tabs, and all gaming proceeds earned go to support West Fargo baseball. So catch your team's game tonight at Bar 9, 1405 Prairie Parkway in West Fargo.
Caulfield now into the game. Comes in from the DH spot. Jablonski is now at first. Burkle is out of the game. Mason Bussey at the plate. Bussey an RBI single to right, just beating the throw to first. In his first at bat. Bases loaded, 1 out. Full wind. And strike 1. Oh, ball 1, check that. Thought that was a strike, but missed down and in. And the pitch. Ground ball back to the mound. Caulfield to the plate for 1. Buried to first and not held. A collision at first. Cobbervig in to score. Jablonski is still down. Bussey is safe at first. To third is Muckow, and Jablonski is hurt. I don't know if he got hit maybe in the hand or wrist, but he is still down on that collision at first base. So the Haymakers get a run, but Jablonski down, and might be trying to just maybe, I think if it's maybe his hand or wrist, he's trying to kind of shake out his hand and his fingers. So Bussey reaches on the fielder's choice. Maggio was forced out at the plate. Jablonski's okay. I think just kind of the result of the kind of contact at first base might have shocked him a little bit. And Bussey kind of gives him a pat on the back. So Cobbervig scoring. Muckow is at third. Bussey's safe. I think there'll be an error. imagine there probably would have to be. 6-2 game.
On the play,
Boy.
Mason Bussey reaches first base on the fielder's choice. Brendan Maggio is placed out at the plate. And Copperbeck comes across to score on the throwing unit by the catcher.
It'll be an error, so 6-2.
Now here is Logan Broughton.
Logan Broughton, top of the order now. And the pitch. And ball one. Fielder's choice, error 2 on the throw. And no run batted in. Trying to get caught up. There's a lot happening on that play. Ball 2.
By the way, the defensive changes for the Senators. The designated hitter now becomes a pitcher, Trayton Caulfield. And the pitcher moves over to first base.
Broughton an RBI single back in the second. So the Haymakers built their biggest lead of the game here early. Strike makes it 2-1.
And that makes sense because the DH was hitting for the first baseman. So makes perfect sense.
A little bit closer to the line now is Empter in left for Broughton. Although he can take a ball to the opposite field. Pulls one to short, past to diving Leduc. That's a base hit. Muckow home. Bussey to second. Another hit. And another RBI hit for Logan Broughton. It's 7-2 Haymakers.
Now batting for the Haymakers, third baseman number 1, Carter Maggio.
Carter Maggio and Jablonski. Yeah, he's holding his left wrist, and they may have to come out of the game. He was just trying to play through it, and I think the pain is there enough that he just can't. Yeah, it looks like maybe his left hand or wrist. He's kind of holding his wrist as he goes to the dugout. So we'll have a new first baseman here for Bismarck.
New right fielder for the Senators, number 12, Logan Lawrence.
So Logan Lawrence is going to go into right field, and in for Bismarck will be actually Barry was in right field. He now goes to first. So Barry is at first.
Henry Barry is now at first base.
Lawrence is now in right field. We'll see who the catcher is for Bismarck. We'll check that here real quick, like.
Is Lawrence catching? That doesn't seem right.
We'll have to ask the home plate umpire. He's got the lineup cards, and they have to make the changes to him. Who exactly is catching?
Lawrence is right. Okay. So the catcher is Kleingen.
Kleingen's catching. Okay.
Number 3, Tyler Kleingen.
Kleingen did catch some yesterday, so Kleingen now is behind the plate for Bismarck. Lawrence in right, Barry at first. Caulfield on the mound. I think that's everybody. That is switch spots in the last 5 minutes. And the pitch.
Now, Carter Maggio taking ball 1.
Ball 1 here to Carter Maggio. Ninth batter of the inning here for the Haymakers as they hit 8 in the second.
2 on, 2 out, 4 in. The stretch. And the 1 out.
And the pitch. Hop foul out of play.
1 ball and 1 strike.
That's a ball and a strike. Meantime, Mitchell just using, of course, been a long half inning here for the Haymakers. He's just using a few minutes to just get a few tosses in down the left field line. Good idea. Maggio, line drive, left center field. That is in for a base hit. That will get into deep left center field. Bussey has scored. Broughton rounding third. And the throw to the plate is not in time. It's a 2-run double. Carter Maggio plays 2 out bingo. It's a 6-run inning. It's 9-2 Haymakers.
2-run double for Carter Maggio. Bussy and Broughton come across the score.
Maggio has provided a lot of extra base power since being inserted up in the lineup for Casselton, and no better example there. A 2-out, 2-run double.
And now Carter Verkota, as Casselton has blown this game wide open.
2 runs home, 9-2. Verkota hits for the second time here in the inning.
I mean, this inning has gone on so long that before he came out on deck, Braden Mitchell was warming up down the left field line. The pitcher for Casselton. I mean, it is 80 degrees. I don't know how much warming up you have to do, but he's keeping that right arm going. And now he's on deck. He actually...
Verkota walked to start this whole mess in the third.
Casselton is batted around in the inning. 6 home, 2 out, and 1 on. Caldwell throws. And that's
That is through into right for a base hit. Late break by Carter Maggio. He'll be held. And Verkota on for the second time here in the inning on a base hit. Runners to the corners now. And Braden Mitchell had to stop warming up. He's got a hit again. A 6-pack here in the third for the Haymakers, and they're not done yet. At least they don't want to be. Mitchell, the pickoff play, gets away. That will get a run home. Maggio scores. Verkota gets up. He'll grab a base as well. 10-2 on the throwing error.
Maggio scores on the throwing error.
10-2 now on the proceed scoreboard. That is error on Caulfield. And Verkota appears to be shaken up. As Nick Holm is following him step for step.
Not sure what happened there because the throw came, unless maybe the ball hit him.
He's kind of holding his right hand, so I don't know if he jammed it into the bag at second base. I don't think he would have gotten spiked on that. Whatever it is, he appears to be fine for now. 10-2. Still no count. To Braden Mitchell. And an RBI single already here in the inning. A couple of runs scored. Caulfield deals. Ball 1.
Don't think for 1 second that the thought of an early termination isn't in the minds of those Casselton players.
Close the book now on Jablonski. We'll get his line here in a moment. Called strike 1-1. Jablonski 2 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 8 runs, 6 walks, and 4 strikeouts. 1-1. Hit hard. That's through. Base hit left field. Verkota got a late break, and he will be held. Throw is back to the cutoff man, and second hit of the inning for Mitchell.
Single to left for Mitchell.
Runners on the edges again. Josiah Crandall continues to be busy. He'll run for Mitchell again at first. And here's Eli Boer.
Earlier in the inning, Eli popped to second. He's also got a sacrifice in the game. Runners in the corners, 2 outs.
And the delivery, ball 1. Reset the count, ball 1 here to Boer. Sacrificed and popped to second.
Mason Bussey is warming up.
1 ball, no strikes. Crandall goes from first, fouled away, and it's 1-1.
Now he is warming up with Jackson Parker, that's the more likely scenario. Jackson Parker getting rid. It would be highly unusual to see Mason Bussey thrown. We haven't seen him throw.
7 runs for Jablonski instead of 8. 6 walks, 4 strikeouts. They will throw to third.
That almost gets away. My word.
It was not the old fake to third, throw to first, which fools one person a year, but it was just a straight throw to third.
Runners at the corners, 2 down, 7 in.
See if Crandall's moving again. He is. Got a nice jump. They'll throw back to third.
As they let Crandall steal second.
And back is Verkota. Strike makes it a ball, then 2 strikes.
And now single scores 2.
Crandall steals second base.
Jackson Parker starting to warm up down the third base line for Casselton, so I don't know if they would pull Mitchell early or maybe thinking perhaps for later on in the game. Who knows? But it has been a lengthy third, and the Haymakers have busted it open.
1-2 to count. Into a stretch call bell.
And the pitch. That's hit high in the air to right center field, into the alley, and down for a base hit. 2 runs will score. Boer will be held up at first. He brings home 2 more, a 2-out, 2-run single. 12-2 Casselton.
Scores Verkota and Crandall. Brings up the shortstop, number 13, Brendan Maggio.
Verkota and Crandall in. And here's Brendan Maggio. 13th batter of the inning now for Casselton. Ball 1.
Ball 1 in the dirt from Caulfield. 9 are home. And this is now the 13th hitter of the inning. Maggio has walked twice and scored a run. The pitch.
Ball 2.
9 runs are home.
Caulfield's retired 1 batter, and it was actually the first one that he faced. On the comebacker by Bussey, where they forced an out at the plate and were close to turning a double play. Now think about that. That throw to first, that was where the collision between Bussey and Jablonski. Jablonski suffered an injured wrist, but if they get that out, a lot of this would have been moot, would have never happened. But since then, at 5 straight batters reach after that play.
4 batters since the second out was recorded.
3-1 and ball 4. Third walk
There's 2-1 for Copperby.
that Maggio has drawn.
3 walks for Brendan
Maggio draws a walk. Brings up the second baseman, number 5,
Sam Coppervig has walked and singled. An RBI hit back in the inning, and that's going to be it for Caulfield. So he retired just 1 batter while he was in there.
The defense for you, Casselton have 9 in the inning, and they're not done. They lead it 12-2 in the
So
third.
pitching change here in the break in the action as Hayden Empter will come in from left field now to pitch, and there'll be some corresponding defensive changes as well. Pitching change break in the action. 9 in for the Haymakers. And 2 on, 2 out. 12-2 Casselton pitching change. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
Hey, it's Mike with Magnitude Sports. Check out this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. It's owned and operated by a family in Bismarck, North Dakota that I've known for over 2 decades. Kids have grown up into fine young men, and during their high school careers, some of them even played games that were broadcast on Magnitude Sports. If you like hunting, fishing, general outdoor life, sunrise, sunset, everything hunting and fishing related, dogs, hunting dogs, they're the best. then check out the channel and show him some love. Go to Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe to him today.
Third pitcher of the inning. Now for the Senators is Hayden Emter in from left field. Caulfield goes to right. Lawrence moves from right to left. And that should be all your defensive changes here for the Senators. Caulfield, a third of an inning, 5 hits. He'll be charged with 5 runs, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. 22 pitches, 12 strikes.
5 hits. He didn't strike anybody out, of course.
Sam Coppervig up for the second time in the inning.
So far he's given up 5 runs, but there's 2 more ducks on the pond.
And the pitch on the way is low for a ball. Now at this point for the Senators, you just want somebody to throw some strikes and get you an out. Been out there for a long time.
Here's the pitch.
It's about 81 degrees. When you've been out there forever, feels like it's about 101. Swing and a miss. I think anybody that plays baseball, we've all been there. It's a miserable feeling. 2 strikes the count, 0-2 to Coppervig.
40-minute half inning. That's right. 0-2 the count. Into a stretch. And the 0-2 on the
Emter deals.
A little bit in.
Ooh, just missed. Fastball about ladder high. 1-2 to Coppervig.
The Longhorns were giving up a 7-0 lead to Oklahoma State in 2022. 10 runs in 1 inning for Oklahoma State. All because of walks against what was a bad bullpen for the Longhorns. 1-2 to count.
Runner steps off, or Emter steps off, is Bohr at second, Maggio at first. LeDuc, and keep a watchful eye on Bohr as he will make his way back towards second. Now 2-2 to Coppervig. Well, that's the biggest inning for any team, as I believe so, in the tournament. To look back and see what Wahpeton had a couple of big innings against Watford City, but I'm trying to recall if it was 9 or not. Low for a ball. And a full count, so it'll be traveling time for the base runners here with 2 down.
3-2 the count.
Yep, Wahpeton got 10 in the second, in the bottom of the second Friday against Watford City. So the second biggest inning for any team here in the state tournament. Runners go. Coppervig, line drive, left center field, down for a hit. Bohr will score. Digging for third is Brendan Maggio, and Coppervig has his second run-producing hit of the inning. And the line continues to move. It's 13-2 Haymakers.
And you know you're having a big inning when you go back to a 0 on the inning scoreboard.
So an RBI single for Bohr. Maggio taking third as they got an early start. Allowed for an extra base for both of them. So Sam Coppervig, 3 runs scored, 2 RBI hits, plus a walk.
The 15th man to hit this inning.
And the nightmare of this half inning for the Senators will continue as Noah Muckow will hit.
13-2, the pitch.
Strike 1 to Muckow.
He has walked and scored this inning and struck out looking in the second. It has just all come apart for the Senators here in this third inning.
Muckow 0 for 1, a walk and a run scored. Ball 2. Or correction, ball 1 on that. 1-1. Kleingen with a backhanded stop.
Smother it a little bit. 1-1 to count. This is the tie for the biggest inning anybody's had this weekend. There's a 1-1.
1-1 pitch. Off-speed delivery, way high. 2-1 the count.
10-run inning for Wahpeton against Watford City on Friday. That was early, and that was
Emter's first appearance on the mound here for the Senators at State.
I think it's safe to say by the end of that inning, Watford City just wanted it to be done. Here's a 2-1.
2-1, a balk has been called. Will be no pitch.
Scoring is Maggio.
So that will bring a run home.
It is 14-2.
balk is called.
Maggio can jog home, 14-2.
And the count is still 2-1 with now Copperbig at second.
That's no pitch on that, 2-1. And the delivery, ball 3, 3-1 the count.
Mason Bussey's on deck. We have seen some big innings this year in baseball and softball. This is not the biggest inning we've seen. If you've been with us all spring, you know what the biggest inning we've seen was.
3-1, fouled away, and string is out at 3-2 now to Muckow. 15th batter of the inning for the Haymakers.
3-2 the count.
And the delivery. Ball 4, second walk issued to Muckow. Next up, Mason Bussey.
With 2 on and 2 out in 11 innings.
Well, since that opener with Watford City and Wapaton, we haven't had a game like this. Mason Bussey reached on a fielder's choice earlier in the inning in the dirt. Nice job to block that one. Kleingen, it's not been a fun job back there since he replaced Barry behind the plate, but he's doing what he can. Ball 1 the count.
Oh my goodness, the weather is at the golf course. You guys are about to get swamped.
Here's the 1-0. Ball, oh no, strike, 1-1. That's an 11 runs in the inning. The strike zone got a little wider strike, 1-1.
1-1 the count. 2 on, 2 out, and 11 in. The stretch by Emter.
Emter checks the runner at second. Served into left, but right at the left fielder Lawrence. And the inning comes to a close, but what an inning for the Haymakers. 16 bat, 11 score. We'll get to all the gory details more when we come back for the bottom of the third. 11 in for the Haymakers. They're in control. 14-2 Casselton. They'll be back in a moment.
Mitzel Magic Services is locally owned and operated out of Bismarck, North Dakota. They provide the services you need to keep your home looking great. Whether it's lawn mowing or snow removal, get the job done for a reasonable and affordable rate with Mitzel Magic Services. Mitzel Magic Services also offers weed control, landscaping, tree trimming, and yard cleanup services and more. Want some magic done to your yard? You know who to call. Mitzel Magic Services. Contact Jaden today at 701-333-9791 or visit them on Facebook by searching Mitzel Magic Services.
Ricky Henderson. And Ricky knows when we're saying his name in first person, Ricky will tell you that Ricky also holds the Major League record for 2,295 career run scored. The Hall of Famer, Ricky, will also tell you that
New pitcher now for the Haymakers. Mason Bussey is on, so with that big lead, they elect to pull Braden Mitchell. Mitchell now goes to left field. So Mitchell in left. I think everybody else stays as is. So line here for Mitchell. 2 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts through 42 pitches, 25 of them strikes. So Logan Lawrence hitting in a spot that was Jablonski to start the game. Lawrence hitting for the first time. He is in left field. Jablonski leaving the game to be a wrist injury on a play at first base, collision at first. Now 2-0 the count here to Lawrence. Ground ball, weakly hit on the right side, played by Coppervig, and throws him out number one. So one down here in the third, and that will bring up Caulfield. Caulfield, who started as the DH, went to pitcher, now back in right, struck out against Mitchell in his first at bat. So Bussey, his first postseason appearance. And the delivery is ball one. So 42 pitches. I think the reasoning for that is right now 14-2. If you finish things off here, you might have an opportunity to use Mitchell again later in the tournament. If you finish things off, you know there's a game tomorrow and a potential for maybe one or two more. Striking, it's now 2-1 to Caulfield. So I think that wasn't the initial plan, but the way this has progressed, here's a pop-up right side. Muckow, oh, he mishandled it. They'll throw on to first. They're still going to get it out. Caulfield thought it was going to be caught, and he stopped running. They still get it out anyway. It ended up being a little more dramatic than initially thought. It'll go 3-1, the play for the out, as Muckow misplayed it out into shallow right, but Caulfield stopped running down the line. Ball one here to Barry. Well, lesson learned there. Barry grounded a third in his first at bat. And he is hit by the pitch. Barry to first with 2 men out. Jason Juma, the batter.
Number 19, Jason Juma.
He had a base hit to start that 2-out uprising back at the bottom of the second. 5 straight batters reached against Braden Mitchell. In the dirt, now one hops away from Pearson, while pitch will get a runner up 90 feet to second.
Barry moves up to second on the wild pitch.
See Braden Mitchell at some point.
1-0, and the delivery popped up. Right field, playable for Brunton. He waits and makes the catch about cap high. And that'll retire Juma, and the side is retired. 1 left on, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on in the bottom of the third inning. Haymakers in control of this one after 3. They own a 14-2 lead. We'll be right back.
The Kindred Youth Baseball Association wants to share a big thank you to all the players for a fun summer of baseball. KYBA would also like to say thanks to Lisa Keller Photography for the fantastic work, time, and dedication to capturing photos of all the youth teams in Kindred. KYBA wishes the Post-117 Vikings the best of luck in this year's tournaments.
Gordy's Travel Plaza continues to improve products and services. Now open is the Beer Cave with wines and spirits. Pick up a fresh-made Sandy's donut along with the fresh bean-to-cup coffee or espresso. How about our tasty popcorn with warm butter on top, or cool down with the all-new Fresh Blend shakes, smoothies, frappes, frazzles, and more. Now open is Champ's Chicken, Hangar 54 Pizza, and Hot Mex Express. We are excited for you to try out the all-new items at Gordy's Travel Plaza in Casselton, serving Casselton and the surrounding communities for over 55 years.
The line scores 33 for Casselton, 14 runs, 10 hits, no errors.
Offensive change now for the Senators. Brady Helm checks into the game at third base now for Bismarck. Top of the order now for Casselton as Logan Broughton will hit for the fourth time in the top of the fourth inning, and that is pulled foul for strike one. Broughton, Maggio, and Vercoda. Looking to see if we have any other defensive changes. I think that is the only one, as Helm now in at third base. Empter deals. Pitch letter high and away, 1-1 the count.
Brady Helm for the Senators. Jason Juma moves from the third to right field.
And the pitch is popped up. Out into center field as it will be, oh, it's misplayed. Ball drops and Broughton gets a gift. That's got to be a base hit.
Broughton reaches first base on the error by the right fielder.
An error on the right fielder. Caulfield still in right. Here's Maggio. Ball one.
Now batting the third baseman, number one, Carter Maggio.
We'll call that an error on the right fielder. And the delivery, swinging a foul. 1-1 the count. So it'll be an error as now Broughton 2 for 4. Double for Maggio in his last at bat. And the pitch, it is a strike. Now it's 1-2.
Now, granted, you probably do have bench players out there at this point down 14-2, but still, you got to be able to make a play.
And the delivery up high, 2-2. So we've seen a couple of instances here for the Senators after that long half inning. Player doesn't run out of ball, and the delivery fouled away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And there, miscommunication on a fly ball that could have been caught and wasn't. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Maggio. Just unraveled piece by piece in this one, unfortunately, for the Senators. Full count.
There's no doubt at this point Casselton wants to get it done in 5 innings.
Josiah Crandall in the on-deck circle. Looks like he'll get a chance for an at-bat. 3-2. Ball 4.
2 on and nobody out. And that'll bring up Josiah Crandall.
Caulfield went an inning, or actually a third of an inning. 5 hits, 5 runs, 1 walk, and no strikeouts.
Maggio draws a walk. We'll have a pinch hitter, number 7. Josiah Crandall.
Josiah Crandall hitting for the first time here in the state tournament. He's been used as a courtesy runner.
So Crandall hitting here in the top of the 4th of a 14-2 game.
Widespread stance for Josiah.
Crandall takes a strike.
Strike 1.
0-1. A very generous strike, but at 14-2, we might be entering that period, that gray area.
I'm sure for the Haymakers, looking to add a couple more here if they can, is try and see if they can get this one done ahead of schedule. 10-run rule outside. That one gets away, and the runners will get an extra base on the wild pitch. Second and third now, and nobody out with a 1-1 count.
Kid had 1 at bat all year. Gets up there, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
1-1. Swing and a miss. Eye level fastball there. 1-2 now to Crandall as Braden Mitchell is on deck.
You could hear the umpire say, "I'm sorry, kid, we got to move this along," and call strike
1-2.
1-2.
Nice job by Crandall. Serve that one back to the netting. Keep that one alive, and it's now a ball and 2 strikes. 28 pitches so far for Empter. He has recorded just 1 out. And now a strikeout.
It was up, but it's strike 3, and there's 1 down.
Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout, 5th. For Bismarck pitching, it's the first for Empter. 1 away from Mitchell. He pops one up to right. Towards the line, long run Caulfield. He overruns it. That will not be handled. A run is scored. Throw back to first as Mitchell diving back. Ball hits him as he dives back to the bag. A run is in. And that'll be an error on the right fielder.
And here's Eli Moore.
Broughton comes across the score.
That'll put runners on the edges with one out, 15-2.
Yeah, they just switched out the second baseman in the right fielder, so they've had about enough of that.
Caulfield now moves to second base, a defensive change in midstream. Eli Boer. So Olson now goes to right field. TJ Olson is in right. And actually Jason Juma, correction on that, is at third. Ground ball, that goes off the third baseman, Brady Helm. Everybody is safe. That'll load the bases now, as holding third was Maggio. That'll be an error. Error on Helm, so it is Juma that is at second base. Correct. Well, it wasn't right now at second, so that loads the bases.
Brendan Maggio, who is 0 for 0 with 3 walks. He scored 2 runs in the first pitch.
Fouled away by Brendan Maggio in 1 strike.
I think he's going to make absolute
2 in the inning here.
that he's swinging. Here's the 0-1.
Fouled away, and now 2 strikes.
Shortstop number 13, Brendan Maggio.
0-2 to Maggio. The 0-2.
1 into the inning, fouled away again. Brendan has drawn 3 walks today, so he's itching to find a pitch to hit.
Joining you tomorrow for a semifinal. Here's the 0-2.
And the pitch. Outside, 1-2 the count.
The winner of tomorrow's Casselton Wahpeton
So Carter Maggio at third.
for the state championship.
Braden Mitchell at second, and Eli Boer at first. 3 errors in the inning by the Senators, 5 total. Chopper to third, and just out of the reach of Helm and a foul ball.
We don't know if we'll be with you at 3:15, or I'm sorry, at 2:45
1-2.
or at about
1 away here in the top of the 4th inning. Just joined as Casselton broke it open with 11 runs in the top of the 3rd inning. Popped up here into foul territory. Barry chasing, and it drops in foul territory. Down the right field line. Olson was there as well, and 1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Yes, 15-2. Bases loaded, 1 out, a chance to add to it. A 1-2.
1-2 pitch. Hit up the middle. That finds its way into center for a base hit. Carter Maggio to score.
Baseball. Everybody moves up. RBI knock.
And an RBI single for Brendan Maggio. Everybody up 1. And it's now 16-2.
RBI single for Maggio. Brings up the second baseman, number 5, Sam Coppervig.
And here's Sam Coppervig.
Here comes Sam Coppervig.
Ball 1 to Coppervig.
And the first pitch is high, ball 1. By the way, the West Region will be eliminated in mass after this game, barring something really weird. Here comes
Coppervig 2 RBI singles today. Swung on and missed in 1-1.
Sam in the ball game.
2 singles, a walk, 2 runs batted in, and a pair of runs scored for Sam so far today. Strike called, 1-2. Sure, the feeling is at this point, if you got a bat in your hand, you better get ready to swing.
I'm sorry, a ball to 2 strikes to count.
'Cause that strike zone's going to be as
16-2. Here's the
be bigger than a bread box. Swinging a foul at the plate, 1-2 the count. What was that in the game? 20 questions. You always had to play the game 20 questions. That was always one of the questions. Is it bigger than a bread box? Well, the strike zone better be at this point. 1-2.
Into a stretch. Enter. Deals.
1-2 upstairs. 2-2 now to Coppervig with Noah Muckow on deck.
2-2 the count. Enter throws.
2-2.
Takes all 3.
Just low, full count. And no place to put him.
Third, Moore at second. Maggio, Brendan at first. 3-2 with 1 out to Coppervig. Anything close is probably going to be called, so you got to be ready.
3-2 pitch. He struck him out.
Swings through strike 3.
2 down. Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout as 2 away for Muckow.
First baseman number 19, Noah Muckow.
2 walks from Muckow. A run scored. He is 0 for 1. Pop foul for strike 1.
Now, Casselton and Wahpeton did play last week in the regional final, and Wahpeton won 6-0. Wahpeton has not lost a game this summer.
The 0-1. All 1-1 the count. So Casselton can finish things off here. They would play Wahpeton tomorrow. The West Fargo Vets will play Kindred as they adjust the bracket to have teams that have not played against one another in the state tournament. The times, there are 2 games tomorrow. Whoever wins our next game with Kindred and Wahpeton, the winner's bracket game, will play the second game tomorrow, approximately 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere in that range. First game's at 3. And then that would set the matchups for game 1. 1-2. Just outside 2-2. And then, well, I don't want to get that far ahead, but again, there are how it is set up. If there are 2 teams or 3 teams left after Monday, we'll set up things for the final day. Popped up in a shallow right field. TJ Olson out and cannot make the play. It is a fair ball.
2 runs will score. On to third goes
Mitchell and Boer both score. Brendan Maggio ends up at third. Loop single for Noah Muckow. Has 2 home on a hit. Runners at the corners. It's now 18-2.
And for the second consecutive inning, the Haymakers have batted around as
Mason Bussey
Now batting the pitcher, number 14.
takes strike 1.
18-2, Casselton here in the 4th. The stretch in the 0-1.
And the delivery.
Hit on the ground.
Slow tapper. Helm charging at third. Fires to first, not in time. An infield hit. And a run is home. And now they've got Muckow caught between second and third. They'll run Noah back to second. There's already Bussey at second base. Muckow's tagged out. And that will put an end to the inning.
An RBI single for Mason Bussey.
So Muckow is tagged out. That'll end the inning. 5 more for the Haymakers as they add to the advantage. Proceed scoreboard reads 19-2 in favor of the Casselton Haymakers. We'll come back with more in a moment.
Boston Pizza harnessed Fanalytics to help optimize no-look dipping. Ooh, making adjustments so you can stay focused on the game. The playoffs at Boston Pizza, powered by Fanalytics.
At Boston's, we make crowd pleasers. Like this.
Woo!
And these.
So good!
And definitely this.
I love you! Woo!
Stop by or book your catering order online.
Five runs in that top of the 4th inning for the Haymakers. 3 hits, 3 errors, and 1 left. I think that's everything. Olson hits one in the air to left center field. Mitchell over into the gap and puts it away for out number 1. TJ Olson, 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 4th inning. So Mason Bussey into his 2nd inning of relief. Hayden Emter, and the first pitch is ball 1. Emter doubled in a run. Back in the 2nd inning. Fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. So Mason Bussey's job just to make this quick. Don't start handed base runners back at this stage as Casselton comfortably in front here. 2-1 the count. So the Haymakers, who were swept at Wahpeton in mid-June in the regular season and then blanked 6-0 in the East Region final last Saturday. Here's a pop-up here. Out back of short. Brendan Maggio the call, and a one-handed stab for out number 2.
Third baseman for the Haymakers, number 23.
Bussey has retired 5 of 6 batters he has faced. He hit Hank Berry last inning. Jared Frank the hitter. Strike 1.
Now batting the center fielder, number 1.
Frank drew a walk at his first plate appearance. Bussey deals. That evens the count at 1. Look up in the grandstands. Good crowd, a lot of red, a lot of Haymakers fans. A drive to left towards the corner and a base hit between Mitchell and the line, and a 2-out single for Frank. But the fans are higher up because there's shade up there. The sun is kind of covering kind of the top half of the grandstand. I always make the joke it's like church. Nobody wants to sit in the first 2 rows. It's kind of like the case there. LeDuc a drive in a right center for a base hit. Frank to second, so LeDuc, his second hit. A line drive single to right.
Base hit to right for LeDuc.
2 on, 2 down.
Brings up the catcher, number 3, Tyler Kleingen.
Tyler Kleingen 0 for 2.
I would like to see that.
From the right side.
20 runs.
And the pitch. Ball 1. So 6 hits now for the Senators. LeDuc has 2. Frank, Empter, 1 each. Ball 2. TJ Olson and Jason Juma also had base hits.
Who really does have one job, and it's just to throw some.
Noah Thulkus loosening up with Brody Burgard down the left field line is ball 3 to Kleingen. Lawrence is on deck, but 2 down to the inning. And the pitch. Strike called at the knees and 3-1. Casselton started the scoring, 3 in the top of the second. Senators got 2 back in their half, and then it all unraveled. Base hit, past Maggio into left field. Mitchell to play it, and everybody will get a base. Kleingen with a base hit. It's starting to look like the second when 5 straight batters reached after 2 were out. Lawrence grounded to second last inning in his first at-bat. Ball 1. Jackson Parker is into the game at third base now for the Haymakers. And the delivery. Caught that, catching that defensive change. So Carter Maggio is out of the ball game. And I think that is the only, that's the only defensive substitution. 1-1 outside, 2-1 the count.
Bussey.
2-1 pitch. Nearly hit him, 3-1.
Leading by 17. Trading Caldwell on deck. 3-1. Bussey. Delivery.
3-1 delivery. High hopper to the right side. Nice big hop. Fielded cleanly by Coppervig onto Muckow. And the side is retired. 3 hits. They fill the bases with 3 2-out hits and leave them loaded. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, 3 left. 19-2 in favor of the Haymakers here in the State Class A Legion Baseball Tournament. We'll be back. Haymakers full control this one, 19-2 as we go to the top of inning number 5. It'll be Brody Burgard pinch hitting. As it is the top of the order. Burgard takes a strike, 0-1. Parker is in the on-deck circle. He came in defensively for Carter Maggio, and a wave and a miss by Burgard. 2 strikes the count.
Burgard says, look, if I'm going to get 1 at bat this summer, I'm going to try and hit home run. That's what I'm going to try to do. 0-2 to count.
2 strikes the count.
Burgard.
Empter deals, and he's down on 3 pitches.
And there's 1 down for Jackson Parker.
Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout number 7 for Bismarck pitching.
Now batting. Left fielder Jackson Parker.
Is Jackson Parker at the plate. Parker, his first at bat here of the state tournament. Fouled away for strike 1. Jackson, you see primarily as a pitcher for the Haymakers.
Parker's usually either a pitcher or a catcher. The 0-1.
There's a shot and a left base hit. 1 out single for Parker. Hit number 14 now for the Haymakers.
Brings up number 7.
And I'll bring up Josiah Crandall. Crandall struck out in his first at bat. We are in the top of inning number 5 as Empter deals. Ball 1. As this one about an hour and 50 minutes old. And a good chance we might be done in 5 unless something really crazy happens in the 5th inning.
Just a hair. 0-1 to count, or rather 1-1 to count, pardon me. The pitch.
1-1 from Empter. It is low, ball 2. Hits for the Haymakers. Broughton with 3. Braden Mitchell. 2 hits, reaching on an error. Sam Kopervig, 2 hits, 2 runs batted in. Mason Bussey, a couple of runs batted in. Strike on a half swing, went too far. Says Josh Nordick, 2-2. There's strike 3. Has got him looking. Crandall caught window shopping for the
Number 25, Drew Urbach.
Drew Urbach will hit here for Mitchell.
Noah Folks hitting or pitching in the home half right hand.
First pitch to Drew is a strike, 0-1.
Mason Bussey goes
Two-way runner at first as Mitchell, 2 singles, a walk, and reached on an error. He scored 4 times, or a couple of times Crandall running for him as a courtesy runner. 2 strikes now for the batter Urbach as he's down to the count at 0-2 with a runner at first and 2 away. Just outside, 1-2. 4 strikeouts for Emter now as he has worked 2 full innings of relief. Low and in, 2-2 to Urbach.
So Noah Folks has returned to the dugout. He's ready for the home half.
2-2. High hopper left side. Charging at third as Leduc on to first. Ball not handled by Barry. Ball gets away. Parker will jog to third. Urbach will reach. As Parker to third, it's an error charge to the shortstop Leduc. Error number 6 for the Bismarck Senators.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 2, Eli Boer.
Eli Boer to the plate. Popped up here, might be playable. Foul ground, and that one out of play. And strike 1. Eli sacrificed in the second. Popped to second of the third, singled in 2 in the third, and reached on an error in the fourth. He has scored a pair of runs for the Haymakers. So he has 2 runs batted in. Coppervig 2, Bussey a couple. Carter Maggio won on a double in the third inning with the Haymakers scored 11 times. Ball 1, ball squirts away. No advance by any of the base runners because it's 19-2.
2 on, 2 out. Nobody home yet in this 5th inning.
1-1, swing and a miss. 1-2. There might be a few instances in baseball. Why aren't they doing that? Because it's 19-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just outside, 2-2. Emter on 2-2. Hard hit ball that goes off the glove of the third baseman Helm. Played by Leduc at short. Everybody's safe. A run is home. Now 20-2 Haymakers. Be an error charge to Helm at third base. Parker scores. Urbach to second. Brendan Maggio nearly hit by a pitch. And it is ball 1. And let's start digging around to see if that's the most runs the Haymakers have scored in a game this year. And I'm thinking the answer, to quote the Magic 8 Ball, signs pointing to yes. They had 19, and it is. They had 19 against Jamestown in a tournament that they hosted back on July the 8th. It was a weekend tournament. And they won 19-11. Base hit to right for Brendan Maggio. Urbach rounding third. He will come home as the throw comes all the way through, up the line. And an RBI single. Brendan Maggio has reached base 5 times today. 2 singles, 3 walks. It's blackjack, 21-2.
Being on base 5 times for Brendan Maggio in this game. 2 RBI singles and 3 walks.
Brings to the
Also
plate,
scored
second
3
baseman
runs.
number 5.
Not bad.
Sam Coppervig.
Here's Sam Coppervig, who struck out in the fourth.
Sam Coppervig at the plate.
Coppervig
Up foul on a play. And strike 1. Sam's had a nice day at the plate. A walk, 2 singles, and a strikeout. Into right center field. That is going to find the alley. It'll split the gap in right center field. Boer has scored. Brendan Maggio is rounding third. And he is in. Sam Coppervig runs batted in 3 and 4 on the day. 4 in the inning, 23-2.
2-run double for Coppervig. Brings up the first baseman, number 19, Noah Muckow.
Here's Noah Muckow. And the delivery is high for a ball, 1-0. And a strike, 1-1. So a runner at second. 2-1 now to Muckow as we try to make sure everything matches up. Trying to update my stat sheet in my book as well. I think we're all squared away. 2-1. That nearly hit Muckow as he had to do a little two-step to get out of the way of that one. 3-1 to Noah Muckow, who was the 8th batter of the inning for Casselton. Wave and a miss, full count. Or is that strike 3?
Oh, that was strike 3, pardon me.
Well, apparently that was a strikeout. That'll end the inning. So there must have been a pitch that we thought was a ball that wasn't. That ends the inning. 4 more for the Haymakers as they are well on their way to a date with Wahpeton tomorrow. Through 4.5, 23-2 in favor of the Haymakers. We'll be back in just a moment.
Me too, Dan. Also, don't feel bad. I think that was we all whiffed on that one. Well, he's like, let's go home here.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans have yield.
There's never a bored moment at Touchmark.
Here, it's always something going on. If I want to do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't.
The whole community has so much going on, activities for each day basically, and everything's right there.
There's always enough to keep me busy.
We have stuff day to day, such as gardening club, but we also have our big signature events like our Touchmark Woodstock event. There's never really a time to be bored if you don't want to be.
Thulkeson to pitch for Casselton. Noah Thulkeson.
Now batting the right fielder, number 13, Brady Helm.
Against the right-hander,
As the first pitch is a strike. This is Brady Helm. Helm came in a couple of innings ago at third base, so he's hitting for the first time. 0-1. And now strike 2. Noah Thulkeson for the Haymakers.
You guys are going to have a bevy of options for player of the game for this one, aren't you?
Barry and Juma to follow.
Here's the 0-2 on the way.
0-2 pitch. Got him. Struck him out on a curveball. So Thulke's a strikeout and one away. Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout, the third of the game for Casselton pitching. Hank Berry is 0 for 1, hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. Mason Bussey had 2 innings, pulled to first, tough hop, as Muckow staying with it, and the flip to first not in time, and the runner will reach. Error charged to Noah Muckow, first error of the afternoon for Casselton.
Now batting, number 19.
Took a hop he wasn't expecting as Barry reaches. Thulke's deals in the dirt, ball 1. To Jason Juma, who was singled and flying to right. Mason Bussey went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 scoreless innings, did not walk or strike out a batter. The 1-0 called strike. And it's now 1-1 the count. Bussey threw 30 pitches while he was in there. Mitchell's 42 as he was lifted after 2. 2-1 the count here to Juma as that changed when the Haymakers broke it open with 11 to the third. That kind of changed the mindset of how they wanted to handle pitching the rest of the way, because you might be able to use Mitchell again sometime later in the tournament. Held up on a check swing to Juma there, 3-1. So the Haymakers 2 outs away, and it'll be an all-East Final Four. 3-1, got jammed out to the left side, backhanded. Brendan Maggio getting a piece of it and unable to come up with it cleanly, and everybody is safe. Infield hit. So 2 for 3 now for Juma. Hit number 8. And TJ Olson, who has singled and flied to left, singled and scored back in the second. The Senators scoring both their runs in the second inning. Is time called? No, a balk has been called. Balk was called on Thulkus, no pitch.
On Folks, and both runners will move up. So second and third, 1 out in a 21-run game. It's 23-2.
So no pitch, second and third, 1 out.
With an RBI opportunity. Into a strike. The first pitch is a curveball.
Olson looks at a strike. Good curveball there, and it's 0-1. Kindred and Wapaton will be up next. Might be looking closer to maybe 6 p.m. thereabouts, give or take a few minutes on the first pitch. For that matchup, that is a winner's bracket matchup. 2 unbeatens remaining in the tournament. 2 strikes now to TJ Olson. Urbach now in left field for Casselton. Crandall is in center. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Good block. 1-2 the count.
Pearson is still in there. Had to make sure that was still the starter. It was.
Logan Broughton still in right. It is Cale Pearson behind the plate.
1-2 the count. Into a stretch. Folks.
The 1-2.
Ball, strike 3 ball.
He got him. Strike 3. Inside corner at the letters. And his second strikeout. 2 away.
Brings up the pitcher number 4, Hayden Emter.
Emter on the mound, 2 1/3, 7 hits,
Hayden Emter.
6 earned, a walk, and 2 strikeouts.
A double back in the second. Went 1 for 2.
The stretch. And the first pitch is a curveball that bends.
Had a turn away from an inside delivery and ball 1.
This next game here is a 2-0 game between Kindred and Waterton. That's going to be a really, really good baseball game. Into a stretch. The 1-0 from the right-hander is a curveball.
Little cue shot, foul. One spinning foul. Down the first base way, a ball and 2 strikes. 8 hits for the Senators. Leduc 2 hits. Juma with a pair of singles, way high. And 2 balls and 1 strike the count. West Fargo Baseball, Kindred Youth Baseball Association, Proceed. Bringing tournament coverage to you wherever you might be. Glad you've come along with us. Way high, 3-1 the count, and go to magnitudesn.com, search for Magnitude Sports on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch any of the games so far in this tournament. If you've missed anything, you can go back and watch it at your disposal, at your leisure. Full count now, 3-2 to Emter. Jared Frank is on deck. Maybe looking for one more at bat here. fouled. Ooh, that got either Pearson or home plate umpire that got the bulk of that. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Season high in runs for the Haymakers, an 11-run third inning. Most runs in an inning in the tournament. Popped up the first base line. Fulkus the call, and he's got it. Foul territory for the catch, and that'll do it. Haymakers win it in 5 as Casselton will move on to face Wahpeton tomorrow. Time to be determined, either 3 or 5:30, as no runs on a hit, 1 error, and 2 left on. So that will put this to bed as 23-2 your final score here in this one. (23-2) the final. We'll do a quick wrap up here before we come to an end on this one. 23 runs, 16 hits and an error for the victorious Casselton Haymakers. 2 runs, 8 hits, 7 errors for Casselton as Noah Fulkus pitches a scoreless 5th, gave up a hit, struck out 2. Braden Mitchell the first 2, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 2 scoreless innings for Mason Bussey.
Ladies and gentlemen, your player of
3 hits. We'll have our player of the game announcement coming here momentarily.
We'll wait a few seconds.
Oh, hang on.
That player of the game here coming up.
2 1/3 innings as Empter gave up 7 hits.
It's heating up, folks. Make sure you get in.
11 runs.
Get yourself some ice cold beverages. All right, we are ready for that player of the game.
2 walks and 5 strikeouts. Losing pitcher Jablonski for Bismarck.
Gentleman with 3 for 4 with a double. 4 runs batted in, 2 scores, 2 runs scored, and out of a walk.
As we get our player of the game announcement here before we.
At second base, number 5,
Sam Coppervig. Sam Coppervig had 4 runs batted in on 3 hits, a double, 2 singles. He also drew a walk, so 3 for 4 for Sam Coppervig. Brendan Maggio reaching base 5 times, 2 singles, 3 walks, 2 runs batted in. Carter Maggio a double and a single. He knocked in a couple. Logan Broughton had 2 hits, reached on an error. Couple of runs batted in as well. Eli Boer knocked in 2. Mason Bussey with a couple of runs batted in as well. So contributions all around for the Casselton Haymakers as they will move on. Again, they will take on Wahpeton tomorrow. So again, the situation kind of going forward here now with Wahpeton playing Kindred next. The winner of that game will play at 5:30 tomorrow. If it is Wahpeton, they would face Casselton in Game 2. If it is Kindred, they would play the West Fargo Vets. We know who's playing who. It'll be Casselton versus Wahpeton and Kindred against the West Fargo Vets. We just don't know at what time. The team that is unbeaten going into play tomorrow will play the second game. So that's what we have going on. You can find us here, magnitudesn.com, and via the other social media platforms like Facebook or X, the artist formerly known as Twitter, and many more. YouTube as well. Upcoming schedule, you can check that out at magnitudesn.com as well. Your final score, 23-2. Big win for the Casselton Haymakers, 23-2 your final. They get ready for Wahpeton tomorrow. You'll get ready for Wahpeton and Kindred coming up here around the top of the hour. So long for now.
Broadcast was an exclusive presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Subscribe, click the bell, and visit magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.